In this episode we are in the Ionian Islands in Greece, where we show you the first of our many beautiful anchorages and how our 10-year-old COPPERCOAT has held up in very warm waters.
Bags are packed, are you ready to go? This time tomorrow we'll be on the road.
This is Cordelia, our Venus ketch. This is Steve.
With you in the sunnier day.
I'm Annette, and this is the cutest member of our crew, Gus. Our dream was 10 years in the planning. In the end, you only ever regret the chances you didn't take. As the UK are no longer part of the EU, we had to go and check in with customs and immigration. Everything was fine and it was a simple process, although they did issue us with a transit log, which we have since been told we don't need. The old buildings and the new buildings stand side by side in Corfu. We've never been to this part of Greece before, and it is stunning here. The only thing that put us off slightly were the amount of people, just not used to it, having been on a boat for so long on our own. However, this was our first night and we were on a mission. We hadn't had lamb. I'm sorry to all those of you that are vegetarians, but we haven't had lamb for months and months, in fact 18 months. So that was our first stop. We had to find a restaurant that served lamb. Beautiful bay, just down from Corfu main town, called Piditris, P-T-R-I-T-I-S, and yeah, I just want to know whether you can hear those, I call them cicadas, but you can hear them in the trees right out here. They're so loud. It's very, very pretty here. We're in Greece for 2 months until the end of August, and we've been told already by friends that we're only just scratching the surface being here this long, and we believe them now. Many of the anchorages that we go to have little tiny pontoons like this, straight up to restaurants or cafes, tavernas. They're absolutely beautiful. To use the pontoons is free of charge as long as you're using their restaurant. So you come in off the beach, you can have something to eat and use their swimming pool. I think that's a brilliant idea, Steve. Those trees are just beautiful. The cicadas. I'm getting mad. Jiggles. What remains of Jack Sparrow's boat? Oh, clever boy. Clever boy.
Once more. Once more. Oh, only get. Beautiful boy. Go on, go on. Yep.
Good boy.
Perfect.
Well done.
Perfect.
Well done.
This is where we've got to get used to going in. Can't not fall off the paddleboard. Go again. You know, when you was a kid, and perhaps you didn't, but and you didn't add your own work in, and it was like, oh, what's your excuse? Well, the dog ate my homework. Well, we got a dog that likes eating things. He was okay until Ian Poole from SV Blown Away mentioned that he was a teak muncher, and then from that day onwards he has a little munch on things. So his latest thing that he's had a little munch on. We got our up and down buttons, but the down one, he chewed the top off. Thanks, Gus. I should add, I got the blame because I left the cover up, and in leaving the cover up and probably smearing it with dog food, it encouraged him to chew the top of the button off. Well, not the dog food bit. There's a new switch. Don't think it's as good as the MR one.
It's extremely warm, but it's not very sunny. Steve's going in to do the start rubbing down the hull. Blimey.
Sorry?
Are you naked in that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh. I'm also a little bit hot.
I noticed the legs are quite long for you.
In the big drawer in the forward cabin on the left hand side,
There's some weight.
is a weight belt. I'm never going to get down.
Yeah, but is there enough weights on it?
Yes.
I don't think you'll find there's enough weights on there to keep your weight down in a suit, but I'll go and get them. Coppercoat is like Marmite, you either love it or you hate it. Our Coppercoat hull was applied 10 years ago. Our experience of it has been extremely good and we love it. In the 10 years since it was applied, we have only been hauled out 3 times, one of which was not for a hull clean, but prep before we started this adventure. By far the most important aspect of Coppercoat is application, patience and time. When we bought Cordelia, we knew that we had osmosis, so our decision to use Coppercoat was one of the best things that we have ever done. With the help of friends Paul Beasley, Ian and Carol Clothier, we spent 10 months drilling 10,000 holes to rid the boat of the osmosis, drying her out, fairing priming, applying until we had 10 coats of primer and 6 coats of Coppercoat. The only thing that we've had to do in the 10 years is a patch to the underside of the keel after we went aground at 9 knots on a stony bank. I know there are many people out there that have had bad experiences with Coppercoat, but we haven't, and I absolutely guarantee you that is down to the application and how long it took us to do. What you are looking at here is growth on Cordelia from 27 months of being in the water. It's reasonably easy to scrub it off or scrape it off, and so we don't consider this too bad after 2 years of being in the water.
I once knew a girl called Pandora, but I never got to see her box.
They're steaming up already, I don't know how you can keep them on. This is the hull now completely scraped and looking fairly good. We will have to keep it up throughout the summer because we're still in warm waters,
Wow.
or at
look
least
the
just
colour of
until
that
we
water.
haul out later on this year before we hopefully cross the Atlantic. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed our entrance into Greece. We have some fantastic and stunning anchorages to show you in our next episode. So look forward to seeing you then. Don't forget, if you want to support us, you can do it either through Patreon or Ko-fi. Thanks again, guys. Bye.